The name of this piece is Losing Touch with Reality. And these are plaster cast hands. These are my hands. I come down and water it, mist it, every fourth day maybe. And that seems to be enough to keep it alive and happy. The grass just grows up around them and you know, it can leave a sort of a dent in there, so sometimes I'll take the hand and I'll adjust it so that it looks more like it's hovering than stuck in the grass, because I don't want them to seem stuck. I just want them to be hovering. You've been lowering the hand. No, the grass is growing.
Oh, the grass is growing.
Oh, how funny.
I knew something happened.
Yeah.
I thought they were getting stretched a little bit, but the grass is growing because that was the other alternative.
I didn't realize that it was real grass. Okay.
Yeah. You know, this piece changes. It adapts to whatever site it's placed in, and the grass can be larger or smaller, and the hands can be more or less. And most of my work does that. It adapts to the space that it's put in, because I like to see it in different types of spaces. And then what's underneath is wheatgrass, trays of wheatgrass that I get from my wheatgrass supplier, who's out of Brooklyn. I guess I could have used sod. Sod's a little bit dirtier and it won't last as long because it needs a little bit more light. Wheatgrass is a little bit more or less sensitive to the light, and it grows quickly and people really see, you know, the change. I do a lot of work outside in the environment, and I try and bring the outdoors inside, which is in certain cases problematic because, you know, the sod has to be replaced, and it's, you know, it requires care and it requires constant maintenance, you know. I mean, but there's plants in the lobby that get watered, so, you know, I don't mind coming down here while the show is up and maintaining this piece if it means that someone walks away with, you know, some meaning from it, you know, the reconnection with the environment. This piece is called Mental Notes. Here we have old books, new books, and, you know, I ripped each page out and placed it and layered them. These just are missing the covers, that's all. Actually, the cover's on the bottom. This one here has actually a date, and it says August 1937. So, I mean, that's how old some of these books are. And I don't know how many books went into this. I couldn't tell you, but I would say that, you know, each book is about this big. So, you know, 2 inches per book, probably. I have amazing friends that when I tell them I need to collect old books, they collect books and they call me up and they say, hey, I have a stack of books, come pick them up. So I would do so, and some of them are really old, like dictionaries or encyclopedias, and then some of them are trashy novels, which are great because that trashy novels are printed on really cheap paper, so they discolor lovely. These pages have gotten banged up and discolored because they've been shown a number of times, and over time, you know, in the exposure to sunlight or humidity or whatever, or storage or shipping, you know, these things just become these beautiful columnar pieces. Most of the materials in my artwork are abundant, excessive, leftover, collected, recycled. You know, it's just my way of trying to work with the environment by not creating more, you know, just using what is available and turning something that may be refuse or trash to someone into something that we call art, something that's beautiful and something that's curious. And, you know, until you get up on this, you really don't know their book pages. You don't see that from far away, but then people come up and they say, oh my gosh, look, this is from a book, and it's got someone's personal You know, this is a gift, happy birthday, affectionately, Nathan. And it was $10. Each of these books were from someone's collection, whether it was cookbooks or novels or encyclopedias or dictionaries. These all came from someone's collections. And, you know, just so to find a note that was in someone's cookbook that's handwritten and obviously really old. So I don't know this person, but I feel like they're in my artwork, and it's very personal. There's a sea form. It's called a shark egg sac. Some people call them mermaid's purses, and I was obsessed with that little figure. So you'll see kind of an echo of that in that piece. It's made with dress patterns, which are tissue paper that ladies made dresses out of. As a matter of fact, I still make dresses out of them. The dress patterns are part of a collection that I found in an older woman's home. She passed away, and she was actually very close to me, and I found a whole closet full of dress patterns that had been altered with little pins to fit her specific size. So all of these patterns were made to fit Dawn Barnes. I make use of everything. I try not to let anything go to waste. And you know, I think everything in an abundance has a certain beauty that singularly you would never notice. But in abundance, when there's lots of it, it's beautiful. It's like a flock of birds or a swarm of bees, or in itself it's sort of a pattern.